Hi everybody, Jake, your resident content cowboy here. Yee-haw. You know, I've actually been sitting on footage of this for a while now. So I was coached a little while back. This was in season 1, kind of nearish the end of season 1. I think it was in peak green being completely broken times. I was coached by Goof from TTV. He's one of the best players in the world. And I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to put out from this session. So he sat down with me for an hour, and he watched me play a few games with Sylveon and a game with Talonflame. Those are kind of the two Pokemon I mainly gravitate towards if I get my choice inside solo queue. And he gave me so many good tips. It was great hanging out with him. He's a super nice guy, and again, just one of the absolute best players. So it was really an honor to be able to just get his feedback for a little bit. And what I feel like is going to be the most beneficial for you all out there is a collection of some of his best advice throughout this video that I'm kind of curating for you. So please enjoy some of these amazing tips from Goof, and I'll have links to all of his socials and stuff in the video description. You can find him on Twitch all the time. Again, he's on TTV, probably the without question most dominant team inside Pokemon Unite right now. I hope you enjoy this. Tip 1. Eat your berries. Oh, and he also likes Hyper Voice Sylveon. We're twinsies. And I'm a voice. I'm a voice.
Yeah, lane Sylveon always voice, 100% of the time.
Hello, everybody.
This guy's actually dead on my screen.
Goodbye, everybody.
One thing I noticed you did a few seconds ago is you went up to bees at like half HP while you had a fruit up. I normally just take the fruit.
Oh, yeah, good call. Tip 2, if your lane is lost, be in position to get that comeback experience right away. But
so the things I'm looking at when I start to lose a solo queue game is as soon as they break a point, you basically want to be at the spot where the comeback Audinos are spawning, right? So in this case, top's gone. Just go get ready to get your top left Audinos.
Okay.
We know top's doomed. They're about to spawn. There you go. Instantly farm them. And this is one of the big things in solo queue for sure.
Yeah.
You'll get back into the game so fast this way. This will be like, by the time you're done, if you got all 3, which you're not going to because Cinder took 1, but had you got all 3, you'd be like 9 already. And that's a lot better shape than we were in.
Yeah, it's pretty huge. Tip 3, fix your camera pan speed and pan your camera all the time.
You should be panning over to the fight, by the way, to see what's happening right now. You know, with your... Oh man, your pan speed's way too high. Okay. That's probably why you've stopped doing it, because you have your pan speed like maxed out where you can't really...
I do, yeah.
You can't really do your short looks. We could go into your settings after this and put it kind of like a more appropriate level where you can still check the objectives, but you can also look at the fight you're running at. Yeah, I have it at like 60%, 65%. Man, you go a little higher than that, since you're already used to it being really high, right?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
okay.
That's probably good. You're still gonna be able to look at objectives, but arguably the short kind of looking at the fight pan is the more important of the two. Like, of course you know Zapdos up, but getting there like the pan there 0.2 seconds faster in exchange for not being able to like do like kind of gentle looks ahead of you is not worth the trade-off.
Tip 4, steal their Audinos when you get a chance. And bonus, there's a tip 5. Tip 5, don't waste your eject button when it's clear that you are done.
We're popping off. Now, what am I thinking here? I'm thinking steal their Audinos.
Okay.
Quickly, while we get one, like steal one, while we get 1 second to do it. And this Talonflame is gonna kill us, probably.
Okay.
No, he capped. What you did is fine. This is good. Are we able to cap here?
We're over 5, so it's close.
Ooh, we did it. Yeah, no jump pad for them yet.
Yeah.
Good looking at that, by the way. That's a good tip for everybody watching.
Yeah, when I'm playing, if I'm over 5, I'm kind of bold, but here I'm gonna get eaten. But yeah, over 5, I'm like, I'll try it.
I'm guilty of this as well, but when you're dying there,
losing that eject button for nothing.
Yeah, definitely not worth using the eject button.
Yeah, I felt that. It was just one of those. Like,
I do the same thing, man. Even in competitive play, when I'm trying to win.
Yeah. But you're right, because you feel it. You're like, I'm not getting away from this. But then part of you's like, well, I'll just give it a shot. I'll see what I can do. Oh,
Mid crabs. Oh goodness. Probably flash that fly.
yeah.
That's just like.
I just saw both of them, and I thought, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to burn my eject button, and I'm going to get belched by that Greedent right away. So I'm going to head bottom right now and get these Audinos.
Perfect. Dying gives ult charge, right? So
it does, yeah. So that was my strategy, actually. I was going to see if you noticed that. You are good. Yeah.
Joke's on them. We died on purpose.
Yeah, you knew. Tip 6. Position yourself so that you have the best vision of the enemy team possible.
One thing I do that's maybe a little different than you in solo queue is when I was taking that, I might be kind of on their side, kind of scouting if they're coming or not.
Uh-huh.
You see how you're like, when you took that last, this is just a small thing, but you kind of move to like your side of it. I would probably be scouting, like doing it from almost from their side too.
Yeah, just so I have that vision on them.
Yeah, to be simultaneously like zoning out. Also, you can block the Snorlax tackle, right? If you're on their side of it. Blocking last set abilities, like for example, Snorlax is really relevant and competitive. Like as long as there's stuff in the way, he can't last hit.
Right.
It's one of his weaknesses.
Yeah, same with like a Pup Lucario or something.
Exactly, yeah.
And now, before the next tip, here's a little get to know your Goof. What MOBA are you mainly from?
So my history is like, I don't know, I've played Dota my whole life. Like Dota 1 since like Warcraft 3, the original Dota. But even before that, I played like the original StarCraft MOBAs and stuff like that.
Me too. I was in those use map settings like crazy. I loved it.
Yeah, when someone says use map settings, they played StarCraft because that's not even what it was called in Warcraft 3.
Right, yeah,
Warcraft 3 calls them custom maps, right? StarCraft calls them UMS. Aeon of Strife and stuff like that. You know that map?
Yeah.
That's like the StarCraft MOBAs. Yeah, so I mean, like, I've played every MOBA pretty much since the dawn of time, but not much. Never got too much into competitive. I played some competitive Dota 2. My team was okay, and I'm always high ranked on the ladder in games. Like I was ranked 1 on HOTS for a little bit. I finished the season number 7.
Oh, nice. I used to love HOTS, man. HOTS was so fun.
Yeah, all the guys on my team are from HOTS. Like everyone but me, basically. But I mean, I played HOTS, but they were from like competitive HOTS.
Tip 7: junglers, clear your jungle fast and get back to your jungle before you take mid crabs. Yeah.
I wouldn't go for mid crabs. I'd go directly to the jungle.
Okay.
Because you want to put the high value stuff on cooldown earlier, right? Especially the non-contested stuff.
Okay. Good call. That makes sense. Yeah, because I think before you saying that, I probably would have taken everything in the middle that I could and then went back.
There's a good argument for getting contested stuff off the map too, but your team should be able to do that. And I think putting your jungle on cooldown so you get it back sooner is much better.
This next tip is actually my favorite tip that he gave throughout the entire experience, and I want to make a video, or I want to do a whole stream where I try to practice this as best as possible. But it's don't die. Don't get KO'd. It's pretty important.
There's like this tip people give people in high level like MOBA climbing, like League of Legends and in Dota, where it's like play a whole day of games and just don't die in a single game. Never die. And obviously it's not optimal to not take risks, and like it's the opposite of what we're talking about, where you like push the point and you push your limits. But sometimes people lose sight of how important it is to be constantly alive, influencing the game. And the thing that I said to you at the end of that game, where you're in the zap fight, and it's like you could probably go for some damage on Garchomp and set your teammates up to be in like a good position. But instead, I was like, okay, just never die here. Like, don't take the risk of dying. Just be alive, so that you have control over the outcome of the game. Still, that's as Unite develops more too to become more competitive in solo queue. If it does, hopefully, that stuff is going to be important. You need to be alive and able to exert your influence on the game by being alive. It's simple, right? You're the most valuable. You got to think you're the catalyst how your team wins the game. If you're the player in the game that should be higher MMR than you are, then it's your responsibility to influence the win for your team. You can't just trade your life for like some damage on Garchomp or whatever. You need to be extremely impactful, and so trading your life not good generally for climbing in MOBAs.
Man, I really appreciate you taking the time to do this. I would love if you want to plug anything, and I could throw it in whatever this becomes. I would love to have you tell people where to find you. Obviously, one of the best players in the world. Goof, thanks so much, dude.
Okay, my Twitter, I think it's Goof. Oh my god, I should be prepared for this stuff. My Twitter is Goof_GG, and my Twitch is GoofGG. Unfortunately, someone has GoofGG on Twitter. If you guys can find him for me, you know, make a mission to get him to change his name, that'd be great. But for now, I'm Goof_GG on Twitter and GoofGG on Twitch.
Awesome, dude. I really appreciate you hanging out and helping me with this. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. I love you very much. I will see you all next time. Goodbye. Mwah. Thanks, dude. In here if I can a little bit.
You guys are so far ahead. It's basically impossible to lose now.
I'll see what I can do. That might be a way to lose it still. I'll try. But
you
yeah.
gotta think of your solo queue teammates as these like NPCs that they get stuck on walls and stuff. You know, you gotta guide them around.